Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexander, and today we're talking about the newly announced Nikon ZR and how it might take your production workflow to the next level. So stick around. So let's talk about the Nikon ZR. This is a newly announced camera from Nikon, which is the first collaboration between Nikon and Red since Red's acquisition by Nikon over a year and a half ago. Now this camera is turning a lot of heads, including myself, who's rethinking my entire production setup moving forward as a Red user. This camera has a lot of incredible specs that on paper is really eye-turning, including 6K resolution at 60 FPS, full frame sensor, internal R3D codec, and on top of that, Nikon's image stabilization for video autofocus. Now, when I saw the form factor of this camera paired with Red's R3D codec internally, I got super excited because my mind instantly thought of this as an amazing B camera or even gimbal camera for my Red Epic Dragon. Now, for those of you who've been following my channel lately, you know that I have a Red Epic Dragon, and I've been pushing this camera to be my main camera for weddings, but also production work as well. And let's be honest, once you rig this camera out, it gets insanely heavy. I have been getting a ton of comments lately from you guys saying how bad you feel for my back. And no joke, I'm kind of sad to admit this, but I've been playing with the Red Dragon lately on the original Ronin gimbal, and I literally threw out my back 10 minutes into using the camera with the Ronin. I was out the rest of the day and I felt so old. But literally once the Nikon ZR was announced, my mind got going. I was like, how can I make this new camera my B camera? Knowing that it has Red's R3D codec internally, I'm getting the Red color science and can easily match that with the Red Dragon seamlessly. This can be my new B cam for interviews, for weddings. This can be my new gimbal camera because it is the same form factor as an FX3, which matches my A7 IV currently. Now, my main problem with using the A7 IV, it's a great camera, but it does not match the Red. I have a hard time matching that camera with the Red in DaVinci Resolve, and it's kind of a headache. Not gonna lie, I also not the biggest fan of the image out of it. And seeing the test footage from the Nikon ZR, I'm getting really excited, guys. What I like most about the Nikon ZR is the fact that it is so small, lightweight, and versatile without sacrificing on image quality, at least so far from what I've seen from tests online. Compared to the Red Epic Dragon, which takes forever to rig out on a Ronin gimbal along with the Easy Rig. The fact that the Nikon ZR can pop onto a Ronin SC, which I already own, just like the A7 IV, and can be ready to go, shootable, ready to go within seconds. This is great for weddings, for running gun production workflows, all without sacrificing on image quality. This is probably going to be my next B gimbal camera for the Red, which is going to be the best combo I can think of, honestly, again, without sacrificing on image quality. So here's where things get interesting. I am a current Sony user because I have the A7 IV, which means I have a slew of Sony E-mount glass. That doesn't quite help me out with the Red because the Red cannot take E-mount glass, but the Nikon ZR can with adapters. Yes, that means that I can use my Sony E-mount glass that I already own along with the Ronin SC, which I already own, with adapters to use as the perfect gimbal camera using video autofocus as well. Now that is super exciting. That is such a huge wave of relief, considering that when I bought the Red, I had to buy new lenses, new accessories to rig that out because it was so non-compatible with my current Sony setup. The fact that I can just simply swap out the A7 IV body, bring in the Nikon ZR, and my production moves forward without skipping a beat is incredible, guys. Now, for more narrative or production work, this changes drastically how my kit is set up. The Red Dragon can now live permanently on sticks or dolly as my cinematic A camera, while the Nikon ZR can live on a gimbal or on a shoulder rig for more dynamic movement shots or even quick inserts. This is incredible because I no longer have to compromise on flexibility, versatility at all without compromising on image quality. This is a really great setup, 1-2 punch combo Kind of similar to how a lot of filmmakers will use the Sony Venice as their A camera with the FX3 as like their gimbal B camera. This is like my version of that, the Red Dragon as my A camera and the Nikon ZR as my quick run and gun B camera. What do you guys think? Would you trust this camera in your Red workflow? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.